Today we are going to solve the problem sum of two integers. What is the problem? Here given two integers a and b. We have to return the sum of two integers without using the operators plus and minus. Two integers are given and we have to give the sum of two integers. But what is the condition here given is without using the operators plus and minus. Without using the addition and subtraction, we have to return the sum of the two values, that is integers a and b. Without using arithmetic operator means we have to use the bitwise operator to get the sum of two integers. Generally, the sum has the carry value. Carry value means the takeover value to the next digit. For example, we have 6 plus 7. 6 plus 7. And what is the answer? 6 plus 7 is 13. 3 is put here and 1 which is the carry of this 6 plus 7. This can be written in the next digit position. That is, this value is the carry value in a general addition. In this bitwise addition also we have the carry value and that has to be placed in the correct bit position. So using this we have to solve the additional problem. Mostly we have to think of the logic by placing the carry value. Here we have to give the binary value of this value and we have to take the binary value of this value and we have to find the carry. The carry has to be placed in the correct bit position. And how we define the carry means in the bit value only by AND operating the two integers, that is, for one we have the binary value of 0 1 and 2 we having the binary value of 1 0. This cannot have the carry value. Generally will become 3. But for example, but 2 plus 3 will have carry value in a binary addition. That is, 2 will have 1 comma 0. 3 will have the value that is 1 comma 1. What is the value? It is 0 plus 1 will have 1 and 1 plus 1 will have 0 carry 1. That carry will be placed to the next digit. That is, this is the binary value of integer 5. But here we have to declare the carry by operating the AND operation between these two integers, because if we AND 1 and 1 only, we get the answer 1. This 1 and 1 will need only the carry value. So for that we use AND operator. AND operator will give the output 1 when two inputs are of the binary value 1 and 1. So for that only we need carry value, so that has to be placed in the correct bit position. That is by left shifting 1 times. that carry value is left shifting 1 times, but this has to run while B exists. That means until B becomes 0, the loop has to run, because the total value of A and B, sum A and B, will return in the integer A, because the carry has to be stored in the integer B until the carry becomes 0. That is, carry until the carry placed in the correct bit position, the loop has to run till B becomes 0. And now A can store the XOR value of A and B. This XOR of A and B will give the additional value of A and B without the carry. And where carry has to be stored? Carry has to be stored in the B. When this B becomes 0, the total value will be returned to A, and this has to be given as output. For example, 2 plus 3 will run like this. First we AND the 2 and 3, that is 1, 0 and 1, 1. We AND operate will give 0 and 1 will become 0. 1 and 1 will have 1. And this has to be left shift to 1. That is, left shift by 1, that is, will result as 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0. And this has to be stored in a carry, that is, this has to be stored in the integer B, and the XOR value of A and B, that is, XOR value means same type of input will have the result 0, and with the different input will have the result 1. That is, this XOR result will have 0, that is, XOR value of these two values will give the output that 0 and 1, 0, 1. And this has to be stored in the integer A, and B does not become 0, that is, while B exists, so the loop has to run again by having this as B value and this as A value, and with XOR, and first it will AND with this, it becomes 0, 0, and this has to be stored in the, this has to left shift by 1, left shift by 1 will also become 0, and it has to be stored in the B, and this has to be XORed and stored in the A. XOR means we have 1, comma 1, sorry, the carry value of previous will have the 1, 0, 0. that is 100. We have left shift this 100, and XR value, that is its store XR value will have 01, that is 001. So it will have the AND operation, and now it becomes totally 0 because every will have 0, 7, 0, 0 will have totally 0, and this has to be stored in the B by left shifting, also becomes 0, and it's stored in the B, and it XOR it, if we XOR it, only different input will have the resultant one. Same type of input will have the resultant 0. So we have 1, 0, 1 will have the answer, and that is stored in the integer A. Now B becomes 0, so the loop entered, that is carry becomes 0, so B is stored in the carry, so B becomes 0, the loop is entered, the total answer 101. That is, it has the integer value, that is, it is as 1's position, it's 2's position, 4's position, 4 plus 1 will have 5, so A will have the 5 and that will be returned. And now return A, and we close the function, and we will run this in the online compiler and we'll check. Now we'll run this and check. Yeah, it has the error. Here it takes for the negative value, so it gives the runtime error, so we have to give the unsigned integer data type. So using that we can take the negative value also, and we have to typecast it to the A and B AND value for the unsigned integer, and then we left shift by 1 means we have to get the addition for the negative value also, and finally we have to typecast to integer data type. Unsigned integer can be typecast to integer data type and store it in the B. Now we'll run this. Yeah, all the test cases passed. If you declare the data type of this carry variable into the unsigned integer, we can perform the addition to the negative integer also. So for that we have to typecast to unsigned integer. Here we have to declare it to the unsigned integer. This is how this integer sum of integer works.